Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I've just had a rather interesting conversation with our Mr. Moore. He sent me an email earlier with the 54 pages that's going to be put into the courts in the mornings, the Royal Courts of Justice. And I've got to say, through proofreading it myself, for my eyes only at the moment, obviously, I have never actually seen anything like that. The only time I've seen anything like that is when a case has been presented against me. The man should be a barrister. He should be some sort of lawyer, although he probably wouldn't lower himself to be one. I've got to take my hat off completely to our Mr. Graham Moore. I have never ever read anything like that, and for what's been put into it and the work that's gone into it, it's absolutely flawless. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So for those of you wanting to know, it's just a little heads up and a bit of a reminder as to what's going on. It's the right to keep and bear arms under our constitutional law in our country, being a Protestant, an Englishman, to defend life and limb, your family, and the realm if it comes to it. Now, I can't go into too much of what's in there, but he's also included a lot of relevant information, and that will spearhead, hopefully, phase 2. Because phase 2 relies on phase 1. So just a little heads up, and to you, Graham, I fucking salute you, sir. It is absolutely phenomenal, and I wish I could tell you about what's going on. I wish I could tell you, the ins and outs of what he sent me and that I've been reading through this evening. But to say it's all going to be packaged up with a nice little ribbon. Presented to the courts. This isn't a half-arsed, stupid, we just want the right to bear arms. There's a lot of things that people don't know. They don't know about the stats. They don't know really that most of the killings in America are by people with illegal guns. The responsible gun owners in America, in the towns and the countries in which they reside. In actual fact, the crime rates are at their lowest. Switzerland, lowest crime rate in the world, and that's because the citizens are armed, and each citizen knows that if they go to do something to someone else, that person could well be armed. Lots of evidence to support, from Betty Boothroyd through to other people that have spoken in the House of Commons, going back to 1913, just lots and lots of real good, relevant evidence. So what I'm going to do is have a little toast. It's a little bit of wine, and I'm going to drink this in celebration, really. That instead of doing what others are doing, cheers to you lot. Cheers to everybody that supports. Cheers to everyone that's doing their own thing. But we have slowly realised that there could only be one way out of this disastrous situation that our politicians have decided to put us in. And it is that simple, okay? I'm in awe. I really am. I'm in awe. I'm in awe of the work that man's done. I'm in awe of the wording, the way that it's been packaged up, the way that it's paragraphed, etc., etc. Anyone can write a paragraph, yes, I know. But the way it's been set out is absolutely phenomenal. Now there will be a website coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. It will be called excuse me, thepeoplesbailiffs.co.uk. Now, anyone that wants to support what's going on, you can jump onto that website. We're going to give you the news of what's happening with lawful rebellion, etc., etc. The right to keep and bear arms, and obviously phase 2 and phase 3 and 4. I do believe there's 5 phases to this operation we are now involved in. Graham's name is going to be on this one. Hopefully my name will be on the next. We have been working closely together, obviously, but bearing in mind through certain restrictions, obviously, of Graham not working at the moment and me, doing a bit myself. I've not really had the time that Graham's had. I have a family. Graham is obviously sort of on his own, and he's put his life and soul into this. The passion that man has for this country is second to absolutely no one. Okay, and for this to be and go in the right direction, he has maintained his cool. He's maintained his calm. He has maintained that for the right to keep and bear arms for self-defence is purely over the fact of what our government and our previous governments have done to this country to put us in such danger. And it's okay for these people, with our taxpayers' money, to be looked after by armed guards, sitting in bomb-proof cars. What about the people? Okay, and you can argue all you like about gun crimes and gun statistics, etc., etc. It's a well-known fact. And if you actually look back to when our gun licensing came in, all right, crime has spiked. And yes, it is over immigration, it is over all sorts of reasons, but the right to keep and bear arms was abolished, for want of a better word. And what they did then was license our right to have firearms, not to carry for self-defence, but certainly to license the firearms, to discount people from owning them. That's what's gone on. And crime has risen and risen and risen and risen. Okay? Now there's a reason for that. That's because they took our rights to guns away. Okay? I'll be damn sure that if we all knew that maybe one of us was carrying, or someone was carrying somewhere, road rage wouldn't be quite the situation that it is at the moment, when people jump out of cars and start battering each other. Okay? Because people will be a little bit more subtle, wouldn't they? Thinking that the other guy might have a gun. All right, it calms the situation right down. I'm not going to go too much into it. There's no need. There's books out there you can read. Third edition. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you this, because that's now going into evidence. But like I say, Graham, absolutely fantastic work, young man. Thank you very, very much for what you've done. And if you want to get behind him, support us, support Motivate, support all of us in this very exciting time, I would say. Listen, I did say to him earlier, this isn't like dropping a little pebble in a puddle. Okay, this is going to cause ripples the likes of which have never been seen. This is like dropping a 3-mile wide asteroid into Lake Michigan. Okay, this is how big this is. And I don't want to put any ideas in anyone's heads, obviously, but people have tried to do this before and have actually gone missing. Okay, that people have been killed for less than this. All right, and I'm just putting that out there at great risk to himself. Okay, the case papers are done and they're going in tomorrow. And if you would have read what I've read tonight, you would be as excited as I am. All right, so just a quick heads up. Love all of you. Thanks for keeping us company Friday night. I know it descended into a little bit of chaos, but we hadn't seen each other for a while, and a few drinks flowed, as it does. But a great conversation, I think, anyway. And that conversation with that guy, you know, I could have said a lot more and just completely shot him down in flames. What's the point? We needed him to open up. We needed him to open up and tell us what it's all about. And he couldn't really do that, could he? Funny that. Anyway, listen, I'll talk to you later. Wish us luck, because we're going to need it. And this isn't just for us, this is for all of us, all right? Against what the governments, previous governments and politicians have done to this, our country, our great land, all right? I'll speak to you soon. I'll see you later.